Hi everyone, Picto here, and I'm gonna start a new, I'm gonna call this a Let's Try series because I don't really know much about this game. I bought Battle Brothers on Steam sale over the holidays, and I thought I would give it a whirl. I listened about it on a podcast a while back. It sounded cool. I know it's kind of like a strategy game. You have turn-based combat, but like a big campaign map to move around on. You may already know this, but I did not. So, anyways, I'm just gonna kind of try to get a feel for the game and yeah, show it off, I guess, a bit. I know it's been out a while, but anyways, for those of you who haven't had an opportunity to watch it before, I'm going to probably do a campaign on easy, but on Iron Man, I'll probably die doing something stupid, and then, you know, I'll probably try a campaign later on a harder difficulty, and hopefully I've learned enough to last a bit longer. I played the first 30 minutes before, although I intended on like posting like, you know, fresh first 30 minutes. The recording didn't work out, so I guess I'll have to do it again. So I know some very basic stuff about the game, but beyond that, like I fought the intro battle and that's it, and moved around the campaign map a bit. So I'm still pretty new, but I will know how to handle this first battle a bit better. I called myself Picto's Black Company last time, so why not do that? I really liked the Raven for whatever reason. I'll have a random late game crisis. I will have permanent destruction, because why not? What I did last time too is added 11. Oh, interesting. Added an 11 to my seed last time because 11's my lucky number. And so I'm doing it again, but I'll leave the seed as is. As even though I would like to, you know, use the seed I had, I will, you know, on this playthrough let some randomness prevail. So yeah, I'm gonna do beginner, beginner, and high, like beginner economic difficulty, beginner combat difficulty, high starting funds, but Iron Man. So I anticipate I will die at some point, not too long in the game. Who knows? Maybe it's really easy on beginner and I'll last a while, but my anticipation is to die, and then, you know, I'll give her a more serious try through again afterwards. So, without further ado, let's go. Alright, the last battle. It all went wrong. 2 days ago, the company was hired to track down Hoggart the Weasel and his band of raiders, but it was them who found you first, an ambush. Some joke about horses, cut short by an arrow to the throat. Arrows shooting in from everywhere and nowhere. Men holler and scream at great volume before death. As the hail subsides, you draw your weapon with the rest of your men, only to collapse your knees. An arrow is punctured in your side. You shout in pain. A harried glance sees the men charge without you to make a valiant last stand. Met in force as steel clashes with steel. You meet eyes with the captain. A last nod before his throat is cut. You're left in command now of what few men remain. Trembling in pain, you lean on your sword with all the will you can muster. You slowly rise again. So what this means, essentially, is that your character actually isn't on the combat map. That might change in the future. I've only done this battle. But none of these dudes here are you, like yourself, the player. So, anyways. Oh, this is different than I'm used to. Two guys with pickaxes, eh? Alright. So, it's hex based. You can move, you get a limit, you get 9 action points per turn. And you can kind of move about. If you can move and attack if you have enough action points. And yeah, your attacks are here. So this archer can shoot a bolt. Oh. Picking action, I just noticed, also shows you what it's going to do to your fatigue, which is this bar here, and your action points. You know, here's your helm, armor, and your body armor, and your health, or hit points, whatever, and your kind of morale, but I don't think you interact with that much in this first fight. So, okay, this first time I've also noticed it shows your to-hit chance. So anyways, I missed. And I can reload because I have enough action points for that. And Hoggart the Weasel runs away. And that's fine. I'm gonna wait with you I'll get up there. You don't have any action points. Alright. You... I shall move here. And turn. You came up there. You're gonna come and attack, I assume. Oh yeah, it connected. Low damage though. Let's see this. Guy's in the way, 15% chance hit. Interesting. Alright, so I don't want to block my line of sight. I'm still learning, as you can see. 14%, 15. Alright. You're not useful. You're gonna step here and attack. Nice. You're gonna attack. Oh, he's not dead. So I guess you're gonna attack again. Oh, you swing and a miss. Alright, so you're gonna step down. Still only a 15% chance to hit. Line of fire block. How's your line of fire blocked? Alright, so good to know that you really need clear line of sight. Go there. Oh, you still have enough to shoot. 60 chance of hitting. There we go. I heard you can loot. Not heard, I've read a little bit about this game. I've read that you can loot bodies on the ground. So I'm gonna do that. Inventory, there you go. There's nothing on the ground. Alright. Ooh, your armor is heavily damaged. I will have to get that fixed up. But you're gonna move there. And you are going to attack. You are hurt. And let's try this again. I can pick up this pickaxe, sure. I think. I could switch weapons. I don't really want to do that. Sword items. Or maybe this opening battle you can't do it. I'm not exactly sure, but fair enough. So you're done. And now I just hope you hit. Dang. So he's gonna get one more attack at me. Stand and take it, I guess. Phew. He got me. This isn't going as well as my last playthrough, which is unfortunate. Yeah, that's too bad. I did loot both their pickaxes, but that's not all that helpful. Alright, the aftermath. You're alive. You won. The adrenaline fades, and in its wake you can't help but sink back to the ground. Gritting your teeth, you snap the arrow shaft. Your chest heaves, pain for breath, everything blurs. The company has been devastated, cut down to but a few men, and that bastard Hoggard did justice to his name, fleeing like the weasel he is. What now, Captain? A voice says from behind. It's Ludolf who sits behind you, bedding his bloodied axe on his legs. You turn to him to reply, but before you can answer, he continues. Bernard's dead. They slit his throat. He was a good man and a damn good leader, but all it took was one mistake. That makes you the one in charge now, don't it? Gustav joined the two of you, still breathing heavily, then Torloff the butcher. Save the ceremony and anointments for another day. Let's give the men a good burial and return to Bergstadt to collect our pay. The weasel's men are slain, after all. Besides, Captain, we ought to see to that wound before we lose you too. Wouldn't want to leave Gustav in charge, right? So be it. So I think they use the excuse of you being hurt to prevent you from actually being in the fight, it seems like. Alright. Ooh, that's a ways away. But, alright. Let's go. Oops, sorry about that. Didn't mean to bring up the in-game overlay. Meant to actually mute my microphone while I took a sip of water. So, oops. Looks like this town is a harbor. That's interesting. This is a large map. Looks bigger than the last one I played on, but I don't actually know if that's true because I didn't play it for very long. Anyways, there's some peasants. Let's go. Return to Perkins Strand. What a sorry display it must be for the onlookers as you arrive in Perkins Strand. 4 bloodied and beat mercenaries down on their luck. The man who hired the company days ago, Randolph the councilman, no doubt expected you to return in more glorious fashion. Still, he welcomes you to his house and offers bread and wine while a servant fetches a healer. Few words are exchanged except for the occasional grunt and wheeze as an elderly man with shaky hands tends to your wounds. A pin pierces your skin, the first of many stitches to come. You'll grit your teeth till you think you hear one break. Randolph the councilman sits beside you and asks if you took care of Hoggart. You shake your head. We killed his men, but the weasel eluded our blades in the end. The healer waves around a glowing fire poke, suggesting he wants to push it in your wound. You nod and he does so. For a moment, that's all there is. You're not a man, but a pinch of fire, flesh from flame, a golem of pain. Randolph the councilman hands you a goblet of wine. You did well, Sellsword. The brigands have been removed, though it's a shame that Hoggart still lives. We expect to get paid for this. Randolph the councilman gasps. Well, naturally, 400 crowns as agreed upon. He gestures towards a servant who rushes to your side with the pay in hand. I wonder, may I make use of your services one more time? I'd very much like to end the headache that is Hoggart once and for all, and I will pay you again, of course, another 400 crowns, shall we say? Rudolph scoffs and turns to drink more wine, but Torolf the butcher stands to speak. Yes, the company is in ruin, but we will rebuild it. Without the Pictos Black Company, Ludolf would drink the crowns away and end up begging in the streets, and Gustav, by the gods we all know, he'd go chasing the womenfolk until he stove his rotten head in. We need the Pictos Black Company, it's all we have. What say you, Captain? Ludolf burps and raises his cup to you. Gustav playfully thumbs his nose and nods. Kill that bastard, Hoggart or not, it's up to you, Captain. Well, I still haven't killed Hoggart, so I'm gonna go with yes, we will kill him. Randolph the councilman clasps his hand in satisfaction. Excellent. My little birds will need some time to find where Hoggart is hiding his hide now. In the meantime, I suggest you see about stocking up on supplies so that you'll be good and ready to end this when the time comes. I shall see you in a few days' time at the latest. As you leave Randolph the councilman's house and stand on the outskirts of Perkins Strand, Torolf the butcher seeks a word with you. We need more men, Captain. I know I gave a big speech back there, but bravado won't do shite. We need more Wombardis in the ranks. Figure we find 3 good men, buy them some decent weapons, and dress them in the best armor we can afford. The man pauses to glance around. I bet this Bodunk town's got a desperate peasant or two looking for a new life. Or we could travel to Eisenfeist in the west. Them city folk aren't always as hardy as these country bumpkins, but we're more likely to find men with fighting experience stopping to rest there. That's what we shall do then. I'm gonna check out this town first. Ah, that's interesting. Huh. That's cool. So I have somewhere to sail from. Interesting. What's in the market in this town? Do they have any trading goods? They do have fish. You have throwing nets as well. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, let's check out my men. Hammer one-handed, eh? You're effective against armor. Probably sell at least one of you, probably don't need both. Alright. Alright. So that's what I got. Let's see who's in this town before I head. I think I'll buy some fish and see what they're worth for in the next town. Yeah, let's do that. Let's buy 2 fish. I'll need food anyways. And, oh yeah, now let's see what men are about. Let's look, what do you have? It looks like you have a net and a dagger. Alright, so there's a fisher. tailor, a peddler, a fisherman, and a fisherman. And a fisherman. Alright. Good to know. When you're a tailor. I know like these class mean something. Fisherman used to physical labor. Alright, I'm gonna come back to this town, so I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna hire anyone yet. I'm good at haggling, interesting. Alright, so I'm gonna leave a spot open, go to the town, or the city I should say, and I may end up hiring a fisherman yet, but let's see what I can find. Let's leave. Alright, let's get on our merry way then. Where am I traveling to? Eisenfeist. Alright. Let's do that then. Looks like we're gonna pass some peasants on the road. Alright, we're gonna overtake them. Along the way, as Eisenfeist skyline appears on the horizon, Gustav seeks a word with you. Never been to Eisenfeist before, but I've been around ones that look a lot like it. Cities like these are great for selling goods, as all those prissy, pompous pricks love to have their goods delivered. With so many merchants, you can almost find everything you need to. Keep an eye out for bargains and don't get swindled by them cutthroat merchants. Udolf sees fit to add his own opinion of what you should do. If there's a good tavern, I say that's where we should go first. Nothing helps a man down on his luck more than a good pint. God knows we earned it. Gustav shakes his head. You say that every time we stop into town, and that's even when you're already drunk. Oh, looks like I'm still not quite there. And it's nighttime, so I can't do anything. So let's wait till the morning. This happened to me last time too. You just have to like stand around and do nothing until the morning. Opportunity to have a sip of water. Oh, it's morning. I think I can do stuff now. Alright. Marketplace. What can I sell this fish for? I bought for 62, so I can make a small profit. Alright. I'll sell one of them, but I'll sell both. I can buy the other fish in town over there. Yes, it's a very small profit. Alright, let's hire my men. Yeah, I can't afford you. I found a cheap level 2 guy, even cheaper than him in my last game, but it's not looking likely. I might be able to afford him. What do we got? Okay, I can't hire you, so it doesn't matter. You're a grave digger. You're a miner. Deserter. Disown noble. Vagabond. Deserter. Alright. What do we have for weapons? You have a axe and shield. I really want another guy with a spear for my early game. You have nothing, so you're cheap. Grave digger. You know what? You might be a good guy to turn into a pikeman. I'll give you a shield and a spear. But let's see. He buried his baby brother. Alright. You don't have equipment, but that's fine. I shall hire you, Gerhard. If I hire you, I'll have 1,700 left. That might be enough to get another good axeman in my crew. I might do that. I've got better equipment though. Although, geez, you have a terrible daily wage. That daily wage actually ain't so bad considering what these peeps got. I'll hire you, then maybe I'll go back and hire a fisherman. Have some diversity. I wanted 2 ranged guys. And you know, I might turn a fisherman into a ranged guy. I'm not sure. It's probably not the best idea, but I don't know well enough. This playthrough, like I said, it's probably going to end painfully at some point. Alright, Harold. You're hired. So what do you got? Alright, I'll upgrade you. Well, alright, so I want you in the second row. Alright, how do I level you up? Ah, there we go, there you are. I will level up your hit points, because I know you'll be up in there. I'll level up your melee skill. Huh, you actually have not terrible range skill, but anyways. Your resolve is pretty low too, so let's do that. Perks. Crippling strikes. Interesting. I'll give you Colossus because you're on the front line. Oh, you just have a one-handed axe. That's a shame. Oh, looks like you guys repaired yourself on the walk over here. Okay, I'm gonna keep you out of combat and give you crappy armor for now. You're gonna be in the front line. What's your skills? Your range actually isn't that far off from your. You got 40, you got 35, you got 40. Okay, now it's less. You'll get this. I'm gonna turn you into a pikeman, I think. I don't know if I can afford weapons from a weaponsmith. That's a. Yeah, I can't afford $1,000 pike or a boar spear. All right, maybe I won't be able to turn you into a pikeman. What's the armor god on his go? You have a cheap shield. I will buy you. But your headwear is all quite pricey. What can I buy in the marketplace? I don't think you got any trade goods. Bundle of javelins. Bludgeon. Dagger. Knife. Bludgeon. Alright. So nothing too good. I will buy the straw hat as well. Alright, well. 30. So tore off the butcher, looks like he's my main tank. Harold. Here's a straw hat to you, boot fiend. Now you're level 2. I'm gonna give you the two-handed axe. Mr. Harold. You will be an axe and that, and a shield. You've got a shield. I'd like another two-handed weapon. Alright, let's go to the... Let's repair one of those hammers. Oh, that's right, 46 to have it repaired. You only were 20. Yeah, so sell the second one. I gotta hire another man. I really can't afford a better weapon. So I won't. I have to hire a dude with a weapon the next time. You know what? I'm gonna buy a bundle of javelins. I'm gonna turn somebody into a javelin thrower sooner or later. Alright. Gerard. Alright, good to know. Alright. Let's go back to town. There's some peeps walking around. I don't know exactly who, but... Alright, this map is procedurally generated, by the way. I don't know if I made that clear before. Which means that... Yeah, it's different every time, obviously. Oh, afternoon, so I had to pay my men. Let's go there. Oh yes, I have to hire another man. So that doesn't change. Okay, what's available for weapons before I buy something? Ah! Alright, I do have another, I'm gonna buy this spear. And this buckler. Alright. So I don't have to buy someone with a weapon. So, peddler, fisherman. Looks like I'm hiring a fisherman. You take less per day. Oh, you're a tailor though. 8 per day, 8 per day, 8 per day is pretty standard for all those fishermen. You have a hat. You have it. I don't think I need your dagger. So let's hire Wolfram. Wolfram always hated the water, but became a fisherman after his father and his father's father. As long as there was no storm, he was out there fishing day in and day out. After being unable to pay his debts for some time, however, his boat was taken from him by a merciless loan shark. Visiting the tavern one evening, a new opportunity presented itself with the promise of coin for dangerous work. Sure, Mr. Wolfram. What do we get out of you? Poor ranger skill. Alright, so I'm gonna have to hire a different dude to be an archer. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna turn. You use your net, Mr. Fisherman. I will give you this hand axe or hammer. You'll use that. Mr. Gerard here. Stand here like a champ. Then tunic, each. So all of you have pretty terrible range skill. So I'll save that for now. So you're that. You two are gonna be on my flanks. Alright. How much food I got left? 3 more days. So I'm gonna buy some fish to eat. And maybe a hood, but I don't think I need a hood. Alright, oh, I could use one for Gustav. Sure, why not? Let's buy this hood. Alright. There we go. Alright. Alright. I've got my men. So, how much do I pay them per day now? 64 crowns per day. Alright. Alright. That's good. Let's go fight the second battle right away here. Will I have my little event pop up with 3 men? There we go. Unfinished business. Randolph the councilman is pacing back and forth when you find him. The healer damn near killed you with the fire poker standing nearby. He's picking chunks of dry blood out of his fingernails. Randolph the councilman claps his hands. Finally, you're here. I have good news. We got a hold of one of Hoggart's former men. My good friend here had a nice little talk with the man, and now I know where Hoggart's licking his wounds. The healer clears his throat, splaying his finger out like a maiden looking to paint them. He speaks as though he's identifying a disease he's about to excise. The brigand known as Hoggart is hiding in a small hut in the tundra to the southwest of here. Based on my most civil discussion with one of his men, Hoggart knows the Picto's Black Company is on his heels and will have gathered more men since the last time you met him. Nodding, Randolph the councilman waves you off. Good luck, sellsword. We shall return with his head. Alright. Oh, there he is. Maybe I could try to lure him to ice and face. I don't know if that's something you can do or not, but... Alright, well, I think I'm going to make a cut here. And we will start the next episode with my first battle that I haven't done before. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.